It's Thursday, May 30. We have lots to tell you. Our InfoHub team was in Region 2 on Wednesday for the Government Comes to You outreach and brings you several success stories. First up, Paul McCallum tells us that the matriarch of a Kapuyi family is set to get her first ever birth certificate after receiving assistance during the outreach.
For many coastlanders, having documentation such as birth certificates and identification cards are routine. However, for some of Guyana's hinterland residents, the effort to acquire these can be difficult. The Edwards family, including 83-year-old Jean Edwards, were among the hundreds of Essequibo residents who attended the May 29 Government Comes to You outreach, which was held at Damon Square and Regina. Her daughter-in-law, Grace Edwards, spoke with DPI.
I have tried before applying for birth certificates for my in-laws, but we haven't got through. We just get in a small paperback, and as today we come and put our effort to come out to see that we can get it.
And got it, the Edwards family did. Grace married into that family 26 years ago, and she's been attempting to get birth certificates ever since.
It is important. He cannot get his pension because of not having a birth certificate. My mother-in-law get through, but they still asking for it. She have the old ID card. So now, once she got the birth certificate, I know she will get the new one.
Grace welcomed the outreach initiative.
Well, it is good, very good. I know it will benefit most of us in this region, because not only Kapuyi, it have from other villages.
The family's documentation, including Jean Edwards' first ever birth certificate, should be available within the next month. Paul McCallum for InfoHub.
Great news as Prime Minister Moses Nagamutu announces that government is mulling the idea of free tuition for studies at the University of Guyana. The Prime Minister was speaking during a community meeting at the Aurora Secondary School on the Essequibo coast.
Prime Minister Nagamutu noted that education plays a pivotal role in shaping a country's future both economically and socially.
David Granger and I are looking at the possibility of abolishing fees for the university in a second term. To address that issue of free access to education.
Since assuming office in 2015, the administration has been on a mission to ensure that Guyana's young people are educated and their talents nurtured. The Prime Minister drove home the fact that having a young, educated populace is the epitome of democracy.
You as new leaders can lead the country in a different way. You could take this country in the age of oil and gas and wealth and develop it in a way that we have never dreamt.
During the community meeting, residents were left satisfied after Prime Minister Nagamutu pledged to donate $100,000 in sports equipment to the Pomona Football Club to aid in the meaningful engagement of the community's youths. For InfoHub, Anara Khan.
Shaquille Boer now tells us that a massive campaign is underway that will see the installation of streetlights along the highway in Region 2.
This remarkable government initiative was announced by Minister of Public Infrastructure David Patterson at a recently concluded community engagement in Queenstown on the Essequibo coast.
And we'll ensure that at night the entire from Supernam all the way to Charity is well lit, and that will be done this year, 2019.
Minister Patterson informed InfoHub that the tender for the contract to install lights from Maria's Lodge to Colin is in its evaluation phase and is estimated to cost approximately $12 million. This will see 110 lamps being fitted in place in those areas. The lights are expected to fill the gaps along the carriageway that are poorly lit. Additionally, the Ministry of Public Infrastructure is set to put 35 streetlights in the village of Queenstown by August. Residents at the community engagement were happy with the announcements and eagerly gave their opinions.
Many parts of the village very, very dark in the evenings, and so this will definitely be a boost to the security in Queenstown.
Hearing that the minister said that we're going to get these lights coming on stream, I feel very happy, and I'm certain that all the people within the community will be very excited about that.
I feel comfortable with the street lights because I'm living down Lime Dam, and the dam is very dark when we have to go down, and it's a very long dam, and we need street light to protect our young youth.
For InfoHub, Shaquille Bourne.
More good news for Region 2 as residents welcome the government's plan to develop the Tri-Lake Experience tourism destination on the Essequibo coast.
The Tri-Lake Tourism Project will provide an opportunity for tourists to explore the Kopui, Tapukuma, and Mainstay Lakes. These villages will have the opportunity to showcase their uniqueness through culture, history, and nature. Minister of Business Himraj Rajkumar explained that the Guyana Tourism Authority is currently developing a concept for the project.
And I can assure you that at the end, when this concept of the Tri-Lake has become a reality, that all of us, all our citizens in Kapui, Mainstay, and Tapukuma will benefit greatly. We in government, this caring government, is trying its best to ensure that all of our citizens enjoy the good life that His Excellency has promised us.
The minister, who also has the responsibility for tourism, was addressing the residents of Kopui on Thursday. He urged the village councils to get organized and develop their respective packages.
Each community has its peculiarity, and of course, if we're gonna make this concept a reality within the next 6 months, you agree with me, Kapui would not have the infrastructure to accommodate, say, 50 persons. So what are we doing? If we're going to integrate the 3 lakes together, we have Mainstay, where, of course, you will agree with me, they're the infrastructure, they're the accommodation for persons. So if 60 people come to Essequibo and they want to experience the Tri-Lake experience, then of course you'll agree with me, then it means they will have the facility to accommodate them. But guess what? They will come to visit Kapui. We have this beautiful beach, the beautiful shed. They want to go board watch it. That is where your community now has to develop its own package.
The project is part of a Blackwater tourism project being explored in Region 2. Once developed, persons will have the opportunity to participate in boating, board watching, sport fishing, trekking, and wildlife. Seneca Thorne, InfoHub.
Still to come, 20 schools slated for rehabilitation along the Essequibo coast, and Minister of Finance reveals that there are moles at various ministries with wicked intentions. Details of these stories and more after the break.
Are you ready to embark on a truly epic adventure to an undiscovered corner of South America, where some of the most spectacular natural attractions are unveiled within a beautifully diverse landscape? From the wetlands and savannas to the ancient mountains, magnificent waterways, and lush enriching rainforest would provide a vast playground for some of the most exotic and breathtaking creatures on the planet, including many of the world's giant species. This untouched land of mystery and wonder serves up an exclusive experience for travelers. So are you ready for a new, awe-inspiring adventure? Welcome back to nature. Welcome to Guyana.
Thanks for staying with us. Natisha Isaacs now tells us that thousands of learners, parents, and teachers from across the Essequibo coast will benefit from improved learning environments, with more than 20 schools slated for rehabilitation.
The announcement was made by Education Minister Dr. Nicolette Henry at the 8th of May Secondary School in Dartmouth Village during a community outreach. This follows the Government Comes to You outreach held at Damon Square and Regina. While some schools will receive extensions, others will receive new buildings, labs, and other infrastructural upgrades.
Projects to be implemented include extension of the Adventure Annex and Wakapaw Secondary School, as well as the construction of living quarters at the Kabukubori and St. Monica Primary Schools. This serves as direct testimony to the APNU plus ASC government's commitment to developing educational infrastructure, curriculum delivery, student involvement, and other educational initiatives. Natisha Isaacs for InfoHub.
In other news, Minister of Finance has revealed that recent actions by some previously trusted public servants have proven that there are moles in various ministries.
Finance Minister Winston Jordan highlighted a recent example of his personal information being posted on a opposition supporters' Facebook page.
The documents were my duty-free concession letter for the importation of a car, the customs entry that was used to, you have to fill up to bring in the car, the lodgement note that you normally got lodged with GRA, and the invoice for the car. All of this was put on Facebook the day before, on the Friday. And it appeared on a PPP Member of Parliament page.
It is clear that the Guyana Revenue Authority staffer, he noted, copied the documents and sent them to the opposition MP.
There was nothing corrupt. I'm entitled to duty-free as a politician. I waited 4 years to take it. I'm entitled to import any car that I wish, pay for it, and so on. So there's nothing corrupt.
The move, the minister said, is intended to send two brazen messages.
One, we know your business, and we can put it out there. And two, we can tell the population, you see all them politicians, you see, them getting duty-free, you getting duty-free. Them could buy car, you can't buy car. These subliminal messages.
That day, it was a minister's information, and the next day, it could be anyone else's, he explained.
We strove so hard to repair the image of GRA under a previous regime when confidential information was being passed to the opposition about who paid taxes, how much they pay, who owe, so they could squeeze you. And here it is, we fought so hard to remove that image of GRA, and we still got sleepers in GRA who could be doing such thing to a minister. What happened to your average files? And that one I couldn't take.
The minister warned that all public servants must be professional while performing their duties.
We're not targeting anybody. We ask only that public servants be of public service. Obey the rules of the public service. If you don't like it, you can resign.
The GRA's Commissioner General has since been instructed to find the individuals responsible for the breach and deal with them condignly. Paul McAdam for InfoHub.
The issues of violence and crime among youths will be tackled with special emphasis on resolving the issue of squatting in the East and West Rheinfeldt communities. This is the vision of Councillor for Constituency 13, Trisharia Richards. Here's our final report.
Richards explained that she has collaborated with the Director of Sport, Christopher Jones, in an effort to get East Rheinfeldt Playground up and running.
I find that they're more responsive to sports. So through the coaches for the football teams and so on, I've been working with them so that they can have a different outlet instead of going to violence and crime.
Lights have been installed at the ground and a committee established to ensure the youths have access to the facility. Additionally, Richards has undertaken several projects in these areas and plans to have many more done with the interest of the residents at heart. Moving forward, the councillor will engage the new minister with responsibility for housing, Annette Ferguson, to find a solution to squatting. Several self-help community cleaning projects have been completed with the assistance of community leaders on Sundays. The East Rheinfeldt market has been in a deplorable state for many years and will be repaired at an estimated cost of $40 million.
With the help of Ministry communities, I've been able to secure some grants for the constituency. I think it's $19.2 million to be spread across 4 areas. We're looking at the East Rheinfeldt community ground, the West Rheinfeldt ground, and 2 bridges on Lane Avenue, and that's currently ongoing.
Kippany Jordan, InfoHub.
And that's all for today. Connect with us on WhatsApp, Facebook, and YouTube. Much more news on our website, dpi.gov.gy, and pop over to Instagram for the latest photo updates at DPI Guyana. Your bridge and weather reports are up next. Goodbye for now.